What's going on, people? It's SGZ here from the SpartanGameZone, and in this video we'll be counting down the top 10 artifacts in Borderlands 3. Artifacts are the pieces that tie every build together, granting unique effects and bonuses that you won't find anywhere else. I'll be explaining what each one does, where you can get it, and in what situations it performs best. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you could drop a like, or hey, maybe you could even subscribe, or if you want, follow me on Twitter, and let's crack into it. We open this countdown of the top 10 artifacts in Borderlands 3 with the electric banjo, which can only be dropped by the psycho billies you can find under the waterfall in the amber mire around in this area. The banjo can't come with a prefix like other base game artifacts, but makes up for that with the predictability in stats, rolling with 2 of either electrocute chance, shock damage, or shock resistance, with the latter 2 being best. While equipped, there's a 20% chance for each bullet to also zap a maximum of 2 nearby enemies, dealing 25% bonus shock damage. That damage might not seem like a lot, but it will increase the mobbing potential of every single weapon. I find it's best with weapons comfortable on the mobbing field to begin with. Take the reflux for example. With the banjo equipped, you can create the brain flux, a weapon even deadlier than before. Its arcing electricity doesn't just help to drain health bars faster, but it will also proc effects much quicker, resulting in a great all-round artifact. Moving on to the AutoIdol, a base game artifact that you can obtain from Rachel the Anointed, who you fight around here in the Cathedral of the Twin Gods. The AutoIdol is the perfect piece of gear if you're looking to increase your survivability. At level 72, it'll restore 25% of your max health per kill, which is a ton, having you fully revitalized in just 4 swift takedowns. Combine that with any lifesteal you already have, and if you keep killing, death will never come calling. It's best though on characters that can't heal so easily, like Flak, preventing them from rusting away before their time. Where it's at its best is when combined with the last stand prefix, which will provide you with 5 seconds of invulnerability whenever your health drops below 50%. That's often plenty of time to recharge your action skill or clear out those pesky bandits before continuing on, as though you weren't close to spilling the milk. That effect does have a 40-second cooldown, but if your average down rate is once every 41 seconds, then you'll be fine. Coming up next is the Unleash the Dragon, a unique artifact that can only be acquired by defeating Al Dragon Jr., who you fight around here by the waterfall in Jacob's estate. The Unleash the Dragon is more than your standard artifact, focusing all its efforts on the DOT, your damage over time. While equipped, you'll be guaranteed to ignite whatever you touch as long as it's with your hands, your slam, or your slide. It comes with 2 or 3 passives, with melee damage and incendiary damage being best. The power of the burn effect is directly related to the initial damage, so stabbing someone with a 150-90 Psycho Stabber will have them turn to ash in just a few ticks. You can even do some crazy things with the Elemental Crit Anointment, which Moxie has a great video on that you should definitely check out. Where it's at its best though is with the Stinger, where you can get its insane damage happening over time to annihilate any boss. Like all melee focused relics, it's certainly best on Amara, and this one is unlike all others. Next up is the Saluta, an artifact that dramatically increases your legendary drop rate. You can only obtain one from the Welcome to Pandora Vault card as part of the Director's Cut. The Saluta is what you'll want equipped if you like the colour orange. After killing an enemy, your legendary drop rate will increase by 1000% for 12 seconds and is indicated by the shimmering green on the side of the screen. It'll help dot the minimap with gold stars in no time, although it only affects world drops, so think of it as providing a bonus lucky dip rather than a boost of a specific gun's chances at dropping. When you first get one, it'll have no passives and need to be re-rolled, which I suggest you do if you're after a damage boost to go along with its unique effect. Once re-rolled, it'll spawn with 2 or 3 passives with mag size and area of effect damage, one of the best rolls you can get on it. Its effect lasts long enough for you to chain kills together, granting you that huge 1000 times boost pretty much forever. And if you're looking for some great places to farm with it, then you can check out last week's video. Now for the game's #1 melee relic, the Static Charge, which drops most often from Artemis, who you fight around here in Floodmore Basin as part of the quest Irregular Customers. The Static Charge is the pinnacle when it comes to melee madness, granting the face puncher the Brainstormer's effect while also massively raising its damage. It adds 50% bonus shock damage to all melee attacks while also chaining that damage to a nearby enemy, and with the face puncher that activates for each of its 7 or 14 pellets. Couple that with the Stone Prefix, which adds up to 80% extra melee damage of a particular element, and let's just say you'll be hitting harder than a Mini Cooper, but the Countryman, you know, the Mini that's not so mini. On Amara especially, this combination is incredibly deadly and comfortably one of her most powerful synergies. Up next is the Victory Rush, another base game artifact. This one has an increased chance to drop from Azalea. You fight around here in Jacob's Estate as part of the quest Witch's Brew. Victory Rush is essentially a boosted kill skill, providing you with an 18% damage and movement speed increase after you kill a badass enemy. That effect doesn't last for the typical 10 or so seconds, but for 60, which is an incredibly long time. Very few artifacts, particularly from the base game, provide you with a passive damage increase, but this one does, and that 60 seconds is plenty long enough to have you chaining badass kills and keeping that buff active forever. Its movement speed buff is a nice quality of life improvement either way, but for characters like Spiritual Driver Amara or Zane, it can be used as a source of increased damage as well. Overall, it's a great artifact with a nice stat boost that is made even better by the time it lasts. Time now for the Deathless, an incredibly useful artifact which has an increased chance to drop from Phoenix. You can find nesting up here in the Splinterlands. The Deathless is an artifact that gives you more ways to play. It reserves your health at 1 but doubles your shield, while also boosting its recharge rate and reducing its recharge delay. You're pretty much taking everything out of the red bar and putting it in the blue one, which works great in a few key situations. One of those is as a means to proc the URAD anointment, where you have to be below 50% health to gain 100% bonus radiation damage. With this equipped, you'll be well below that, but you'll also have a buffed shield for your trouble. Another popular way to do that is with the front loader shield, but you'll be forfeiting massive bonuses from say a Revolta or an Infernal Wish, and this way if you're lucky you can get 3 great passives at the same time, plus whatever prefix you manage to get with it. For characters like Flak who don't have lifesteal, it's great because you aren't missing out on much at all, while also increasing your survivability. When paired with Moze and a Bloodletter class mod, the Deathless artifact isn't just a shield booster, it practically becomes your health bar. The Bloodletter com essentially makes shields act as health, so any lifesteal will increase your shield's capacity. Combine it with Phalanx Doctrine and you will have yourself a mammoth shield that will be impossible to strip away. You'll be undefeatable and can even get its cap hitting over 1 million. Now for the Toboggan, an artifact designed to boost your single shot damage. It belongs to Arms Race with an increased chance to drop from this chest. The Toboggan is clearly inspired by the Snowdrift prefix, but it goes beyond that in 2 key ways. Not only does it double your slide speed, it also provides you with a protective bubble that lasts for 10 seconds and reduces all incoming damage by 50%. Your next shot will then consume that bubble to fire an amp shot that is doubly powerful. It's a great effect which makes it the go-to artifact for one-shotting and is definitely more suited to powerful single-shot weapons like rocket launchers or sniper rifles. Any character can use it to up their one-shot potential, but it's definitely best on Zane, who can use it in combination with violent speed and violent momentum to deal unreal amounts of damage. Of course, it's great for bossing, but you can mob with it too. It's a gameplay loop that consists of sliding to gain the shield and shooting to trigger the amp shot. It can even be glitched by travelling away to another area while the bubble is active to provide all-time amp shots. But either way you use it, you can use the Toboggan to hit damage numbers you never thought were possible. Moving on now to the Company Man, a powerful artifact which drops every time from Himmervorus the Invincible, who you fight in Darkthirst Dominion for the cost of 500 Iridium as part of the Director's Cut. The Company Man is an artifact perfect for Allegiance builds, buffing various stats of a particular brand. Do you want to feel the power of Maliwan Mose or Jacob's Jack Flak Sparrow, then this is all you need. Increased crit damage, weapon damage, fire rate, mag size, accuracy and more can spawn on it as main rolls, and you can even get the standard 3 passives on it as well. There's also an investment strategy built into it where 50% of your cash pickups are taken from you and reimbursed after every 10th kill. It always comes with 3 main effects, and finding one with crit damage and weapon damage is a great place to start. It can provide one of the biggest DPS boosts out there, especially if you get 3 great passives to go with it, and mag size, splash damage and action skill cooldown rate are some of the best you can find. If you ever wanted to devote your build to a particular manufacturer or see what a certain weapon is truly capable of, then buy up all their stock with this and watch as the stonk starts stonking. Before number 1 is uncovered, let's dive into some honorable mentions, and there's just the one today, and that's the Mysterious Artifact, which is obtained through the Director's Cut. The Mysterious Artifact is not so mysterious once you know what it does, and that is increase the efficiency of your Iridium mining. While equipped, it will grant you Irid Array Vision, allowing you to spot invisible Iridium shards which you can shatter and deliver to Crazy Earl. It also grants a 5% chance for badass enemies to burst into 12 Iridium on kill, which is great and goes a long way to stocking the purple banks. With all of its uses nowadays, Iridium has become incredibly valuable, and this artifact is the only way to increase your earnings, resulting in something all Vault Hunters should have. Number 1 now, and it's so shiny. It's the Pearl of Ineffable Knowledge, an artifact Claptrap miraculously discovered in the Gunslove and Tentacles DLC, presenting it to you after the Call of Githyan quest. The Pearl of Ineffable Knowledge is an artifact that is dedicated to increasing your damage. It grants a 1% damage bonus up to 15% for every consecutive hit, and when you've hit the cap, it rewards you with an extra 90%, peaking at an all-time total damage increase of 105%. The damage boost is active pretty much all the time. Any dots or shots from your drone clone, pet or iron silhouette will all count to stacking it up, resulting in a continuous damage boost. It really is an easy source of more damage. Its formula works out to be 16.2% multiplicative damage and 90% extra gun damage, meaning characters with less gun damage boosts in their skill tree will feel more of an increase. Like other unique artifacts, it spawns with just the 2 passives of either fire rate, mag size, reload speed, health regen, or combat XP. You'll definitely want mag size as one of those, and the other is up to you. Overall, if you ever need one item to dramatically raise the power of your build, then the Pearl is what you should use. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned of the top 10 artifacts in Borderlands 3. If you did, consider dropping a like or subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Waiting just beyond the veil in the wailing chasm of Gamash.